Dave Palumbo here with a very important tip I got for you. A lot of people ask me about stomach control on stage. Should I train my abs? Should I not train my abs? How do I train my abs so that I can suck my stomach in? When I turn to the side, my stomach will be flat. Because a lot of people have problems with their belly hanging out on stage, and a lot of it's not, people think it's due to drugs. A lot of times it's just because the person has a lot of muscle and they don't know how to control that muscle. And you can do hundreds and hundreds of crunches and leg lifts. You can do no abs thinking that your abs are going to get smaller, and that's not going to solve the problem. Because what the problem is that there's a layer of the abdominal musculature underneath the rectus abdominis, the six-pack, called the transverse abdominis muscles. Those muscles' job is to pull your stomach in. So when you suck your stomach in, you feel that like little cramping in there. That's the transverse abdominis muscles working. Okay? Now, when I took a yoga class many years ago, they taught me something called intestinal breathing exercises. Now, it sounds complicated, but it's pretty simple. What you do is you suck your stomach in, you push it out. Now, it's very uncomfortable or very unnatural for bodybuilders or people who work out to stick their stomach out, because that just does, we're always trying to pull our stomach in, right? But you want to suck it in, and then you want to push it out. You want to suck it in, and then push it out. And what that's doing is it's working that transverse abdominis muscle. It's allowing it to work. It's doing something that you don't normally do. It's not an exercise you do on a regular basis. And what you'll find is that after you do it a few times, you actually start to cramp a little bit. And you'll realize that that musculature is very weak. Now, when you're on stage and you're trying to hit a double bicep pose, or you're standing to the side and you want to suck your stomach in, that's the transverse abdominis muscle. No one works it, so it fatigues very quickly. And then what happens invariably is guys' guts start hanging out on stage. And when I was over 280 pounds on stage, I think 281 was my highest body weight that I competed at, I had a lot of trouble pulling that stomach in, even when my body weight was lower, because I didn't realize this. And then I took this yoga class, and in yoga, the reason they do these, what we call intestinal breathing exercises, and the way you want to do it is you want to open your legs up and point your toes in a little bit. And I like to put my hands right on my stomach so I can feel what's going on. You suck your stomach in, and then you push it out. And that's 1, 2, 3. And what I do is I watch TV while I'm doing it. It takes about 15 minutes. You're going to do 300 reps. And what does that do? Well, according to the Korean energy medicine people, what they say it's doing is it's bringing your energy down to what they call the donjon, or the lower abdominal, some of us call the core. The core is where your strength comes from. Not because it's a muscular strength, it's a spiritual or energy strength, okay? And you want your energy to come here. So when you start doing exercises in this area, it automatically brings all your energy there. That's where your strength comes from. But in Chinese medicine, they go even one step further, okay? What they're doing by pulling your stomach in and pushing it out is you're actually massaging the internal organs, the intestines, the colon, the liver, the spleen, and the kidneys in the back. All those organs are getting basically massaged. And what happens is, as we get older, these organs accumulate a lot of toxins. And those toxins get into the organ and they get stiff. So if you're one of these people that has, when you push on your abs, it's hard, like it's like a rock. That's because you have a lot of stiffness in your organs, which means your organs are not working properly, which means your energy is not circulating well, which could also account for why you can't pull your stomach in on stage. When you start doing these abdominal breathing exercises, what's going to happen invariably is the organs are going to start getting massaged, all the toxins will get released, and you'll start getting a soft abdomen again. If you notice, look at a baby's abdomen. A baby's abdomen is super soft, and that's how ours should be as well. So what I want you to do is every day, every morning, whenever you have time, you could be sitting in your car driving to work, you're gonna put your hands on your stomach, or you don't even have to. I like to do this initially so you can get an idea of what it feels like. Pull your stomach in, push it out. Pull your stomach in, push it out. And do this 300 times. Now, you're not going to be able to do it initially 300 times. You might have to do it 100 times the first time, or 50 times. Build up to 300. You want to do 300 every single day. This should become part of your ritual, just like eating 6 meals a day is, going to the gym, getting enough rest, taking your supplements. If you do this, I promise you, when you get on stage, you will pull your stomach in and you won't even think about it. Because what happens is, after doing this for days and days and months and years, what happens is it becomes subconscious. You don't even think about pulling your stomach in anymore, and you just do it. And that's what you want. You want automatic pulling in on stage. You don't want to have to think about what you're doing. You're thinking about enough things. hitting your biceps, peaking your arms, your leg position. You don't want to have to think about your abs, because what happens is when you get tired, the abs just relax and they stick out. So if you want to have a good midsection on stage with great abdominal control, maybe even hit a vacuum pose, you got to do these intestinal breathing exercises. If you want to be healthy, even better, because this will massage the organs, release the toxins. But one thing that you really have to use if you're going to get rid of all these toxins and start doing these exercises, you got to take a good fiber supplement. If you don't take a good fiber supplement, as these toxins are released into your colon, they're going to get reabsorbed right back into your body. The fiber grabs a hold of these toxins and pulls them out of the body. I make a great product known as Fiberlize. You don't have to use my product, but it will, I promise you, make your stomach way flatter, because it's going to get rid of any residual waste in your body, as well as pulling out all these major toxins that are in there. Now, a lot of people think that once your stomach gets, bulging out, or once you, do something and don't look good aesthetically on stage, there's no way to fix it. I'm telling you there is. I promise you. Try these exercises, intestinal breathing. It will solve the problem that you think is unsolvable.